All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, feds and degenerates, cuckolds of all ages. It's that time once again. It's Wednesday, 6 o'clock p.m., March 20th, 2024. And you are locked into Mild's Culture Plate. We have a show. We have a show. We have an interesting show for you folks today. Um, So yeah, as usual, come in to the chat, say hello, and we will just like Demon's Wrath did over on Rumble. And I will crack open the whiskey here, the brand new bottle here I got. We got Egan's Irish whiskey, vintage grain. I bought it just in time for St. Patty's Day, and then I wound up getting drunk on something completely different. I drank some different Irish whiskey and some Irish cream and some Irish beer. So yeah, I did not partake in this particular bottle that I bought specifically for St. Patty's Day. Let me close my knife before I wind up cutting myself. I'm trying to get this damn label off. Been in a lab with a pen and a pad trying to get this damn label off. Uh, Shout out to Dr. Dre. So yeah, you can come in the chat, say hello, and I will give you a shout out and a toast, just like I did for Demon's Wrath here. I'm gonna go ahead and do my toast for Demon's Wrath. Welcome, brother. Ooh, I really like that. I really like that. That vintage grain, Egan's vintage grain. All right, good stuff. It's matured in bourbon casks. Okay, that's probably why I like it. It's Irish whiskey with a little hint of bourbon. Okay. So yeah, come on in, say hello in the chat. Love having y'all here. Well, let's jump into the news. First off, everybody keeps wondering when the Federal Reserve is going to raise interest rates, and well, it wasn't today. The Fed met today. The Federal Reserve met today. 2-day meeting, and yeah, they left interest rates steady. I'm not going to necessarily read this article. I mean, you kind of get the news from the headline. And mortgage rates did come down a little bit, but they're still at insane highs. Interest rates are just insane. We got Sanglant86 over on Rumble saying Yoga Flame. Cheers. Welcome, brother. Good seeing you in the chat. Good seeing you in the chat. And I want to take a moment. I don't really know the people that pop in and out. Every once in a while I'll get some comments down in the comment section. Feel free to say hi down there too. I may start doing a little segment where I give a different kind of cheers or something to people who have left comments on the last show. I don't want to discourage anyone from commenting that might be shy, or discourage anyone from in the chat that might be shy. So I'll try to figure out sort of a different system. But you know, for now, it's going to stay the same. But I did want to say hello to everyone out there who watches this on the on demand and leaves comments, or doesn't leave comments, because I don't always know who else is out there who's been watching. I do get a decent amount of views compared to the live. So I know you're out there, folks, and I haven't forgot about you. Thanks for coming by. Cheers. Okay. Let's let's go ahead and bring that down. And so, when's the last time you've heard of a director of an airport getting raided by the feds? Anybody? Well, it's happened. It's happened. We have a top executive at the Bill and Hillary Clinton Airport in Arkansas shot as federal agents serve a search warrant. The executive director at an Arkansas airport bearing the names of former president and first lady was shot Tuesday when federal agents attempted to serve a search warrant. Arkansas State Police said the shooting occurred at 6 a.m. local time on Durrance Court in Little Rock, while the Bureau of ATF was serving a search warrant at the home of airport executive director Brian Malinowski. Malinowski was shot and treated at the scene before taken to a local hospital. His condition was not specified. An ATF agent was also injured in the shootout with a non life threatening gunshot wound and transported to a local hospital. ATF in Little Rock asked state police to investigate the incident. Authorities have not said what led to the shooting or who opened fire first. The case will be presented by prosecutors who will determine whether deadly force was used consistent with state law. Fox News Digital has reached out to ATF, state police, and the Little Rock police. An airport spokesperson confirmed to Fox News Digital that Malinowski was the airport's executive director. Quote, today's incident saddens us and we pray for everyone involved, a statement from Airport Commission Chairman Bill Walker said. As chairman of the Little Rock Municipal Airport Commission, I have named Tom Clark, the airport's deputy executive director, as acting director. The airport's day-to-day operations will continue as normal. We got our good buddy Cool Frog over there on Rumble in the chat. Welcome, brother. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. USA, USA. Malinowski joined the airport in 2008 and was promoted to deputy director in 2009. And then, yeah. Okay. So, you know the rest of that. So, yeah, you know, there's no hint that this gentleman actually knows Bill or Hillary Clinton. I just think it's kind of funny that someone else tied to the Clinton name has now been shot. All right. Okay, folks. So the big news story of the day, is the shenanigans, yet another quote unquote Texas standoff. Texas can keep arresting illegal migrants while Biden's challenge proceeds, Governor Abbott says. The Texas DPS has been arresting migrants on state criminal trespass charges. Oh, and of course, Fox put it behind the fucking paywall. All right. Well, let me bring that down. Oh, fun times. Okay, so instead of bringing up another article, I'm just going to kind of wing it here. So, if you've been following the show, you're kind of aware with the situation at the border. I guess there has been a stay issued for the arresting of migrants. That stay was that stay was originally overturned by the Supreme Court yesterday, and then a few hours later, instead of a temporary stay, an appeals court in Texas I believe it was in Texas. Let me bring that up. I forget which court district it was, but they actually granted a full stay. So the temporary stay got shot down by the Supreme Court. They're like, no, you can't really do this temporary. And so then that's okay. Here we go. New York Daily News. Let's do this. And by appeals court, hours after SCOTUS lifts stay, the law, Senate Bill 4. Which court? Oh, Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Okay. I guess that's out of Louisiana, but you know that's the whole district is like the south of the U.S. Some Texas cops who would be tasked remain skeptical. Yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. But I guess that Fox article would have been interesting to read because I'm kind of interested in knowing what Governor Abbott had to say about it. Okay, so yeah, there's that story. Look, obviously, I'm not going to have a whole lot to say about it. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there. Texas apparently is going to keep trying to arrest. We don't have sovereignty at the border. I believe there were some arguments made that that this law would somehow affect Mexico's sovereignty, and therefore that's why the court should grant the stay. Um, there's also these issues of federal versus state government. We have a 10th Amendment for a reason. I mean, granted, we also have a federal government for a reason. The federal government is supposed to protect us in times of invasion, and this is very clearly an invasion. I very easily could have filled this entire show full of every viral clip going across your Twitter feed right now of migrants doing bad things, migrants protesting. There was a video that went viral that claimed that migrants were protesting being moved from one four-star hotel to another in New York City, and that they were demanding quote unquote permanent homes. I didn't wanna necessarily highlight that video on this stream because, you know, I couldn't really verify it. I mean, there was some speaking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I guess I coulda ran it through a translator, but it wasn't enough, like, there were captions, and, like, a voiceover, an AI voiceover, so there wasn't really a way to really verify the information being claimed in the, clip, but it did seem like, yes, they were protesting, demanding forever homes. Pretty crazy. And so this whole issue with migration really comes to a head. There are a couple other viral clips out there that highlight this. Um, Apparently, there's another clip where a gentleman is speaking once again speaking Spanish, and he's advising the migrants on how to just come to the U.S., find an empty home, and start squatting because there are all these other videos about squatters' rights, and apparently there was a woman arrested for changing the locks on a home that she owned that had a squatter in it. Once again, I'm not going to bring up that story, but that gentleman appeared to be white, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna cover it because the white guy was the bad guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Sanglan A6 says the 80s they were running cocaine. Yeah. All right. So yeah, those are the news stories I'm really not trying to cover today because, like I said, that whole situation is just depressing, and ultimately the entire election is going to hinge on what people perceive as the problem with the border, especially if Republicans are pissed off enough. So we'll see what the Supreme Court winds up doing in response because obviously this is going to wind up going back to the Supreme Court. We're going to see what Governor Abbott is going to do. I mean, I guess if you believe the headline from the Fox News article I was showing, he's saying we're still going to arrest them. So cool on that. So let's move on. Let's move on. OnlyFans teacher. Now, this is New York Post. I haven't actually read this, so we'll see here. Teacher who resigned after OnlyFans page was discovered is fired days after starting a new gig. A Missouri based OnlyFans model who resigned from her high school teaching job when her adult video platform was exposed has just been fired just days after her new gig. That's an interesting. Brianna Copage, 28, barely made it a full work week as a community support specialist at Compass Health before her new bosses discovered her OnlyFans account, claiming she, quote, violated social media policy. I lasted 5 days before they put me on leave and subsequently fired me just this month, she told KMOV. This is the lady here, but this is, yeah. We got teacher ho, teacher ho. Uh, okay, we got Singlet sharing a link that I can't click right at the moment, but yeah, looks to be something related to the drug smuggling in Iran Contras. You know, shout out to Gary Webb. Cheers. Rest in peace. Um, do, do, Okay, so Kopich claims she was open and truthful about all her past job experiences and reasons for leaving, but that they only did digital background checks after they offered her the job. They admitted that they didn't call my references or Googled before they hired me, Kopich added. They claim that I violated their social media policy, but will not respond to me with how I violated it. In September, Kopich, an English teacher, was placed on administrative leave when the St. Clair School District discovered pornographic sites she ran with her husband. Kopich ultimately resigned in October from her position where she worked for 2 years teaching freshmen and sophomores. Oh, God. Oh, God. That is a rough age when your teacher looks like this. That is a rough age when your teacher looks like this. At St. Clair High School, 55 miles southwest of St. Louis. I don't want to fight the school district and I'm just ready for peace, Kopich told the messenger at the time of her resignation. I don't want the school to continue getting hate, she added. I would like the education of students to be able to return to normal. They deserve to have a great year. Kopich made light of the recent firing, taking to Instagram to jokingly ask for new job recommendations while sitting on a couch in her underwear. So, obviously, not learning the lessons of bad life choices here. Terminally online. If you want to be on OnlyFans, make sure OnlyFans. And I said the phrase, and I said it on YouTube. Oh well, I'm not monetized anyway. Make sure the only content is going to support you because nobody else will. So we talked a little bit about the interest rates earlier. And it's just another sign that the economy is shit. Now, I specifically remember 4, 5 years ago, Burger King. Again, I was a fat guy. Look at me, I slimmed up. I lost 80 pounds. I'm proud of myself. But back then, I ate fucking Burger King 4 or 5 years ago. I ate Burger King and I ate it religiously. And they would frequently have these family meal deals, right? But I was a fat guy. So, I was the family. I am the table. Anyway, I was the family. And frequently they'd have these like two small drinks, two regular hamburgers, and two fries for like $7. And that was like amazing. That was so amazing to me. Like, oh, look at all this food I can get. Um, Now it's amazing if a similar type of meal is $12. So we got ABC News here reporting on a viral TikTok about a $12 dinner box at McDonald's. Social media is eating up a new budget-friendly fast food order from McDonald's that's gone viral on TikTok. Layla Kapewa Latu posted a video of her ordering what's been dubbed the $12 dinner box at her local McDonald's, which has racked up more than 12 million views and counting. There's 2 cheeseburgers in here. There are 4 small fries, one piece chicken nugget. It looks like a 9-piece or a 10-piece. Forget which one McDonald's had. I think they had 9-piece. There's 2 cheeseburgers in here, 4 small fries, 1 piece chicken nuggets, and there's 2 Big Macs. So you got 4 burgers, 2 Big Macs, 4 small fries. Now that looks like medium in the picture, but McDonald's small fries come in a little tiny paper wrapper. $12 y'all said of the order before actually 12.19 before tax. If each item had been purchased separately for the pickup at the same location using the app, it would have cost more than twice as much, but the stay-at-home mom saved a total of $14 with her order. So less than half price. It fed my family of 5. Capewa Latu told Good Morning America, I'm just happy to get the word out there and let people know like there are still deals. Her videos garnered many reactions and comments highlighting that the prices in certain items in the bundle may vary depending on where you live. The dinner box is 22 here in Ohio, one user wrote. The bundle box in Vegas is $14.99 and comes with a different selection, another commenter said. McDonald's reiterated in a statement to ABC News that franchisees set their own prices and have the flexibility to create promotions that will drive demand in their restaurants. Food writer Olivia Bria, who recently wrote about a McDonald's secret menu, told GMA that restaurants have secret menu items because the consumers want to feel exclusive. When you have consistent, loyal customers, they want to feel special. This is not the fast food meal savings hack to soar to viral status of social media. Last fall, Samantha. Oh, this is not the first fast food savings hack to soar to viral status on social media. Samantha Matthews shared her simple solution to meal prep using Chipotle catering for family-friendly, cost-efficient order. Others have applied the same tactics to other restaurants, from Red Lobster to Chili's. So everyone's kind of getting in on the TikTok. Let's see. Hang on. We got Sangling 86. Is it just me, or did she think she was Clark Kent? Demon's Wrath saying, I've seen people who eat fast food every day. They look like shit. Yeah, don't eat fast food every day. In fact, try not to eat fast food at all. Myself, I only eat fast food if I'm in a bind, right? If I'm super short on time. I guess I can't say that. I do eat Culver's once in a blue moon by choice, but most of the time I stay away from the fast food unless it's a necessity. Okay, in further economic news, we got the Social Security cost of living adjustment, and seniors are pissed off. From Newsweek, the projected Social Security cost of living adjustment might be higher than it was predicted, but many beneficiaries are still questioning whether it is enough as they face inflation on everyday expenses. Each year, payments change based on the annual cost of living adjustment, which looks at inflation in the Consumer Price Index. Seniors and those living with disabilities who earn Social Security payments saw their checks grow up by up to 8.7% in 2023. In 2024, payments grew by a lot less, with just a 3.2% COLA. That amounted to roughly $50 increase for most beneficiaries. Headed into 2025, seniors and Americans with disabilities were expecting a cost of living adjustment of just 1.75% based on January estimates. A new prediction from the Senior Citizens League sets the 2025 COLA at 2.4%. But that hasn't done much to calm beneficiaries' concerns about the monthly payments. Folks, the price of everything is fucking skyrocketing. The idea that you're going to live off of 2.4% more than you lived off of last year is insane. That's all I got to say about that. So let's get into the funny fucking videos. Let's see. Demon's Wrath says, never had Culver's. I should try it. I mean, it's your basic burger, and they got custard too. So it's like burger, some fried stuff. They got some interesting fish and some interesting, like they got cheese curds. It's all based out of Wisconsin, so they kind of amplify, like, we got cheese and we got meat. It's decent. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like it. It's a guilty pleasure. I hate fast food, but if I'm gonna do it, it's better than fucking Burger King. That's the point. Okay, so all right, let's get into some lighter humor here real quick before we turn really dark because I'm gonna go fucking full bloodbath here in a minute. Yeah. All right, so let's listen to this chick here.
Here's your half.
Why? Why can't I have that half?
Okay, here.
But why did you want to give me that to begin with?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's literally the same sandwich cut in half.
But why didn't you want to give me that one first?
Okay, over on YouTube, we got Shut Up I Can Cook in the chat. Welcome. Cheers. Yeah, I typically cuss at Burger King as well. And if I was this girl, or if I was this guy, I'd be cussing at the Burger King, but at this lady here.
I don't care which one you want. Here, you want this one? Take it.
No, I want that one now. Blaze!
Which one you want now? It's the same fucking sandwich.
Never mind, I don't want anything.
Okay, so this is what we call a guilt trip. A guilt trip. If your lady does shit like this to you, fucking run. This is insane fucking behavior. Insane fucking behavior. So I played that clip because I have a new guilty pleasure. I have found this channel called Ho Math on YouTube. And he kind of went viral last week with an interesting video, and he kind of does what I do and thinking about thinking. One of his bits is thinking about thinking about thinking, right? And that's kind of what I try to do. And he has an interesting way of explaining things that almost seems as autistic as the way my brain works. So shout out to Homath. That video we just watched is like right up the alley of shit he does. Responds to a lot of these shitty dating. What did I do wrong? Where are all the good men videos? So I've been kind of going down the rabbit hole of all. He does little doodles and charts. Demon's Wrath says this woman need to be ignored. Shut Up I Can Cook says mild as tipsy. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We've had just enough cheers where I'm about halfway through with the whiskey. So yeah, I'm getting there. But I say all this to say that, that's why I like videos like the one we just watched, because it reminds me that not every relationship out there is as nice as my own. And it's pretty easy for me to just come on here and say, hey, yeah, if you got a woman like this, fucking run. Because I've been in relationships like that. And every instinct inside of me said to run. But I have this weird attachment relationship style to where, you know, I get attached easily and I'm willing to put up with being treated like a piece of shit for a while. Not anymore. Not anymore. I've grown. I'm an asshole. I'm a dick. I don't care. But I kind of find those situations interesting because I have so much sympathy for that dude. But yet he blows up at the end. He gets angry at the end, and it's almost like fucking yeah, dude. Fucking yeah. Anyway, so I spent way too much time over explaining why we just watched that video, but that's essentially why I watched that video just now with you folks, because damn it, I really wish I could pull off the kind of content that Homath is pulling off. I really wish, like, it's almost bittersweet because that's the type of content I would have loved to have done when I do my Patriot Philosopher streams or I talk about relationships and I have these little theories in my head. I really wish I could have done that, but he made it to the gimmick first and he does it 10 times better than I could have. So cheers to him. Sanglan86 says cheesy Waffle House question mark. I'm not even sure what the hell you're even talking about anymore. Oh, you talking about Culver's? Is Culver's like a cheesy version of Waffle House? No, it's like a cheesy version of Five Guys, but with instead of shakes, they have like what do you call it? Sheridan's or a fucking Andy's frozen custard. It's like you take Andy's frozen custard and Five Guys and put them together. You get a Culver's. It's fucking good shit. Shut Up I Can Cook says, "Thank God I'm a chick and don't have to deal with them." Yeah, you just have to be one. Just kidding. Okay, so let's get into the title of the video. And you may have noticed if you made it here through some of my promotion on various social media outlets, you may have noticed I promoted it with the whole bloodbath thing. But I'm understand we've already heard every single person on the internet weigh in on this bloodbath thing. But understand, I'm going to use it as a jumping point to talk about something else. I'm going to use it as a jumping point to talk about a concept that we have been, I don't know, fucking gaslit with, I guess. I hate using their terms. I hate the term gaslighting, but everybody knows what it means. But I say that, and that term is actually used in one of the tweets we're going to explore here. Uh-oh, Sanglant. Shut Up I Can Cook says, "Sanglant's crazy. I better not catch him." Okay. So now we now have Rumble versus YouTube warfare here, thanks to Shut Up I Can Cook. She also says I got red lips. Well, that's what happens when you talk a bunch, and I talk a lot in my life. Okay, so let's go to this. So this past week, Donald Trump had a rally in which he said some things, and the media, of course, as the media will do, took it out of context. So let's watch the video real quick so that, just to recap.
Mexico has taken over a period of 30 years, 34% of the automobile manufacturing business in our country. Think of it, went to Mexico. China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they think that they're going to sell those cars into the United States with no tax at the border. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. Now, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car.
100% tariff on every single car.
And you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the.
Okay, so what you just heard was not a talk about tariffs in the auto industry. What you heard, and okay, I'm going to show a tweet here. Do not harass these people. Do not look them up online. Do not do any of the above. So this is a typical tweet. I've seen about 30 of these tweets by randos on the internet, and this guy's just a rando on the internet. Don't go harass him. Don't find this post. It is a fact that Trump mentioned bloodbath after ranting about China. It is also a fact that he went on to say, quote, "That'll be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath. Pretending not to hear the dog whistle is your prerogative. Telling others what they don't hear is gaslighting." Oh, folks. Okay, so if you don't understand why he's saying this, if you haven't been following this controversy, quote unquote controversy, everyone else has already fucking talked about this. I'm late to the game. But like I said, I'm going to use this as a springboard for the next part of the story. So please bear with me if you've been beat to death with the bloodbath. So according to mainstream media and people like this person here in this post, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this down because if you didn't see the username, like I said, I don't want this person harassed. So people like this, people across the internet, these far leftists, what you just heard was not a discussion about the auto industry. It was a call for militia types to grab your arms and start murdering people after the election. Yeah, that's what that was. Because here's the thing. If you're not familiar, leftists like to do this tactic of agree and amplify, otherwise known as accuse the enemy of doing what you yourself are guilty of doing. And so Donald Trump says the word bloodbath. They say, oh, you're calling for violence. Well, now we all know the leftists have been calling for violence forever. But there's something one step deeper. There's another level to this, right? It's not just about calling for violence. It's about the gaslighting, right? It's about the accusations of dog whistling, the accusations of saying little key things out loud that you're just hinting at that you want to do. So we had the Supreme Court this week talking about online speech. And this has went viral. This is Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson talking about the First Amendment to the United States Constitution.
Justice Jackson?
So my biggest concern is that your view has the First Amendment.
Can you folks hear that okay? Please let me know. I mean, it's real quiet, but that's the loudest it will go. You see? Volume slider all the way up. But you can see the words on the screen. So if you can't hear it very well, please just take your phone out of your pocket and look at the screen here. And I'll kind of recap a little bit here in a moment.
Amendment hamstringing the.
Okay, let's start back over.
So my biggest concern is that your view has the First Amendment hamstringing the government in significant ways.
Okay, did you hear that? My biggest concern is that your view, which is the average view of censorship, the average person's view of censorship, most Americans' view of censorship, has, quote, the First Amendment hamstringing the government.
The most important time periods. I mean, what would you have the government do? I've heard you say a couple times that the government can post its own speech, but in my hypothetical, kids, this is not safe, don't do it, is not going to get it done. And so I guess some might say that the government actually has a duty to take steps to protect the citizens of this country. And you seem to be suggesting that that duty cannot manifest itself in the government encouraging.
No. Okay. So again, you're a Supreme Court justice and you don't seem to understand that, no, the federal government does not necessarily have a duty to, quote, protect the citizens of this country. You have a duty to protect the citizens of this country against certain threats, right? Certain threats to their life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. But you don't have the duty to protect the citizens against, quote, information, right? You don't have the duty to protect citizens against conversation. The idea that, and again, part of what the Supreme Court tends to do, right, is sometimes they argue from a place of absurdity. This does not sound like what Justice Ketanji Jackson Brown is doing right now. This does not seem like she's playing devil's advocate here. She actually says, my biggest concern, my personal biggest concern is that the First Amendment is hamstringing the government's ability to keep people safe from words on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I don't know how much you know about what happened in 1789 or 1787, excuse me. Damn, I know when the Bill of Rights was drafted, or well, when the Constitution was drafted. Constitution was drafted in 1789. Bill of Rights, I think, was 1789. I could be wrong. Let me fucking look it up. God damn it. I hate that I know this, but I'm drunk. 1789. Yeah, 1789. September 25th, 1789. Dear Lord. I was fucking right. So yeah, 1789. Yeah, they specifically wanted to hamstring the government. That's the whole point of the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is not the government granting freedoms of the people. It's the government recognizing that the people have rights and therefore the government needs to be hamstrung from violating those rights. I mean, everyone knows this. Y'all know this. You all know this. But the reason I bring this up in context with all the shit we were just talking about is look at the propaganda. Look at the propaganda. Donald Trump just merely says the word bloodbath. Just says the word bloodbath. Oh no, that's code for the Proud Boys to grab their guns, start blowing people's heads off. No. No. You're gaslighting us. You are, when Ketanji Brown Jackson does this is worse than a dog whistle. This is saying the quiet part out loud. This is saying the quiet part out loud. What Donald Trump did was not saying the quiet part out loud, right? That wasn't a dog whistle. That wasn't using secret code to say the quiet part so other people will hear it. What Ketanji Jackson Brown said in that clip was the quiet part about what leftists want to do to the Constitution of the United States. They want to take the federal government and take the handcuffs off and abuse our First Amendment, our Second Amendment, our Fourth Amendment, shit, maybe even our Third Amendment, Fifth, Sixth, Seventh, Eighth. They've already shit on the Ninth and 10th in the Reconstruction era by instituting, essentially treating the 14th Amendment like it overwrites the 10th. Folks, again, the leftist view of the Constitution of the United States is that government grants you rights. And anyone who has taken more than 5 minutes to look into what the founding fathers believed when they wrote the document, they know better. And to act like Ketanji Jackson Brown did in that clip, and to do what leftists do all the frickin' time, is, oh, we said that, but we didn't really mean it. We kind of meant it a different way and blah, blah, blah. We said the quiet part out loud, but that's not what we believe. But when Donald Trump says the word bloodbath, Cookie, no, I don't wear no damn lipstick. Look, nothing come off. Nothing. Can a justice be keyholed for not knowing the Constitution restrains the government? Yeah, that'd be a good question. Leftists say the quiet part out loud all the fucking time. Where's the outrage? Where's the call for an oops here? Should she be impeached? Should she be keyholed? I think it says 1791. No, it's 89. I mean, maybe it was fully ratified in 91. I'm not, yeah, but I don't know. All right, we're at that time once again, our favorite time of the Wednesday show. So toward the end of the show on Wednesdays, I have a segment. Toward the end of the show on Saturdays, I have a different segment. On Wednesdays, it's Gender Crazy of the Week. It's going to be kind of a thick segment today because one of our top stories of the day is crammed into here. I think if you've been following social media, you kind of know what I'm talking about. I'll save it for maybe a story or two later here. But in the meantime, let's watch this video.
and it got an insane amount of hate. So I'm going to share more positive interactions with the preschool age kids I work with. For context, I'm a trans person who does not pass as the gender they identify with.
Okay. So this person is a quote unquote teacher, and they are a trans person who does not pass as the gender they identify with. So I'm assuming they may identify as male. I'm not sure. I'm making a guess because they seem like they may have been born as a female. So we'll see.
Yesterday, one of the other staff came up to me and she was talking to me and then started talking to the kids about me. And she used her pronouns for me. And one of the kids interrupted her and went, he's a boy. So, you know what? Pop off. My biggest allies are 3 years old. I posted that video on my Instagram as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fucking L. My biggest allies are 3 years old, and I had to brainwash them into treating me this way. Wow. I can't find allies my own age. Wow. You post this as a W, but when these are your W's, you are in fact an L. Give you an L. You are an L. Okay. We got one more here, and then we'll get to the big story, I think.
Some man asked me out and told me that he would regret it for the.
Whoa, dude, come on now. Why do you have to start a video screaming? Why do you have to start a video by screaming? It's fucking TikTok. Oh my God, why do people gotta act like it's a bar room?
He would regret it for the rest of his fucking life if he didn't. And then I had to fucking tell him I was trans, which is already so incredibly awkward. And then.
Yes, that is incredibly awkward. For someone to give the ugly girl on the internet a chance to talk, and then, they do the drop. Oh, hey, yeah, I got a weenie. I got a weenus. All right, let's go back a little bit. Demon's Wrath, I almost clicked on your thing, but we are on YouTube. So, yes, you are correct. These kind of people will be these kind of people.
Tell him I was trans, which is already so incredibly awkward. And then he told me that was a problem for him. And he was so beautiful. And I hate this. Some man asked me.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Okay, imagine you're a hard up dude enough to ask that out. No, we'll do one more. Let's do one more. One more gender crazy of the week. Now, this may be an older video because I swear I've seen something like this before. But I have seen this one kind of go viral this week. So we'll check in on the transes. Are you transes okay out there? Are you okay out there? Because you're having medical issues.
Why? Stop. Why is this thing not hot? I swear to God, if anyone says welcome to womanhood, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I swear to God, if anyone else says welcome to womanhood, I'm gonna lose my shit. Sir. I mean, sorry. Yeah. What you are experiencing is a side effect from the medication you are taking. It is not a period. Yes, Demon's Wrath says, yeah, it's old. Yeah, it is old, but for some reason it's going viral again. I don't get it. All right, so the last of the gender crazy of the week, and this one, okay, wow, we're kind of getting to the end of the show. We have this post that went viral from Libs of TikTok this week. And I clicked the wrong damn thing. This post from Libs of TikTok. Woman in Planet Fitness claims she went into the bathroom and this man who thinks he's a woman was in there shaving. This is the individual here. In the women's room, in the ladies' room at Planet Fitness. Why does Planet Fitness allow men to use the women's bathroom and invades women's private spaces? Now, here's the video.
Good day. I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom. I realize he wants to be a woman. He gets to be a woman. I love him in Christ. He's a spiritual being having a human experience. He doesn't like his gender, so he wants to be a woman. But I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom. All right. I just thought I'd say it out loud.
Well, it's not your bathroom. It's Planet Fitness's bathroom. And yeah, obviously people have looked into this, and it's in the contract that you sign when you agree to the Planet Fitness contract, that they will allow people to use whichever bathroom they identify with. And I hate the fact that we keep calling this. I've listened to other YouTubers and content creators covering this story, and we all keep using the word bathroom. This, you got to understand, a Planet Fitness at the gym, it's a locker room. It's not just a bathroom. It's a locker room. There are showers in there. There are people changing their pants in there. There are people who just got off of work and are wearing a dress or slacks, and they need to change into shorts or tights or sweatpants so they could do their workout. People need to take their bottoms off, exposing their private areas. So no, it's not just a bathroom. It's a locker room. I myself have used the locker room at a Planet Fitness to change clothing. And the idea that someone would be in there gazing at my meat. I mean, I guess it was possible, but I definitely tried, to keep myself private while I was in there. But I shouldn't have had to. And definitely, if a woman had been in there, it would have been very embarrassing. Maybe the solution is for Planet Fitnesses and other places to create a third semi-private restroom / changing area for people who don't identify as men or women. But, that would require changing the plumbing of several existing building structures. And right now, Planet Fitness is having a little bit of a crisis. Because in response to this, their stock went down for a bit today. I guess it's back up. It closed pretty high in comparison, but just do this here. This is their 5-day. Look, yesterday it just fucking plummeted. This is their stock. It just fucking plummeted. It's back up a little tiny bit at the end of the day today. Kind of peaked for a while, and then went back, dropped back down, went back up. But yeah, their stock is plummeting because of this. And of course, there was another follow-up to this story. Breaking just received this image from Planet Fitness in Alaska. The man who was caught shaving in the women's bathroom is still entering women's private spaces. Planet Fitness stood by him. Their policies allow men to use women's locker rooms. If you complain, you might have your membership revoked. I don't know about if you complain, you might have your membership revoked. I do know that the woman from the original story had her membership revoked for taking photographs in the private area. But yeah, here's the individual once shaven, definitely wearing tube tops, stuff like that. So, they're attempting to pass, but yeah, they don't pass. They don't pass the sniff test. Chevine Cook says, Mile, I got a call in a few. Want to listen to Shania Twain singing from this moment on. Also, I currently identify as a white male and a lion. And the Single 86 says, check the numbers. It's nowhere near bad enough. Yeah. I mean, that's just it. Right now, I listened to the quartering today, and the quartering's like, oh, yeah, Planet Fitness is going to be the new Bud Light. Here's the thing. It's not January anymore, right? Planet Fitness gets a huge influx of cash every January. I'm going to try my best to remember this story come January and see what their subscription or their membership numbers and stock prices appear to be in January, because, everybody does the damn New Year's resolution. I'm going to lose a bunch of weight. I have been the beneficiary of a free Planet Fitness account, which is part of the issue. Planet Fitness is the cheapest fucking gym you can go to. I mean, it's literally, in a time when we have crazy inflation, the prices of everything going up, not, theft going rampant, you have to do what you have to do to save money. And to a lot of people, it's go to Planet Fitness. I've also been lucky enough to where I can afford some workout equipment of my own here at home. So I don't have to go to Planet Fitness unless I'm, already out that way. But even then, I don't always have workout clothes with me. So, it is what it is. I have a membership, but I may or may not go. And definitely, I will not be using their restroom or locker room facilities anymore if I know that just some random creepy person can just come in there while I'm in there. Now, granted, somebody comes in there. This is the thing. You can't stop, there's people of all genders who are creepy, right? There's people of all genders who could be gazing at your privates and at your meat. So if you're going to be in these kind of spaces, kind of try to get in and get the fuck out as quick as you can. But part of the problem is there are children, and children don't always understand, hey, we need to make this quick. And I guess there was like a 12-year-old girl who had seen this person in the restroom as well. So I enter at your own risk. Enter at your own risk. And definitely be careful where you go in public. Be careful what kind of public areas you go into that might have these private areas populated heavily. Well, that's our show for today. Sorry, I was hoping to have some more shit to talk about, but we kind of burned through the good stuff. Yeah. And of course, there's viral videos out there. Let me know if you would like me to start doing more dating content. Because, like I said, the whole HOMAth stuff has really got me churning. I tend to do a little bit here and there anyway, but I'm actually, as I was talking about with the recipe content, I'm been kind of thinking about doing that. Maybe once a month I'll do either a recipe stream or a dating stream. I'm really thinking about making a TikTok account. I hate the idea of having a TikTok account. I hate the idea of TikTok. I hate YouTube Shorts. Single 86. Make carrying a mare's leg great again. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is part of the problem, right? This is why I address the dating situation, because I do firmly believe a lot of the issue with this trans issue is fucking lonely men looking for attention. And like I said, I should really do a whole breakdown of the dating crisis. But like I said, go to fucking HOMAth. He's done it all for me. I don't need to do that. But I would like to do some of it because I don't necessarily 100% agree with HOMAth, and I have my own certain philosophies I like to add to it. I mean, if you've been a long time listener of the show here, you've heard me throw a lot of those theories out there. But ultimately they do align with the things he says. So it's not like I completely disagree with him. I just have my own little spin on it. So, folks, that's going to be the show for the day. Please do me a favor, click that like button wherever you're at, whether it's a thumbs up or a heart, because we're also on X. Click the like button. Help me with the algorithm. Help me move things along here. Try to get some more eyes here. If you're new here, please share this with other people. If you're new here, please watch a second video. And if you're new here, please click whichever follow button that you would need to follow my content further. And also down in the description are links to all 6 of my social media / video platforms that I'm on. Feel free to follow me on some of the other ones, because I will tend to let people know on locals, YouTube, Twitter, or X, and Facebook if I need to move one of my shows. I'm not going to be here, or if I'm going to have a special show that might not be Wednesday or Saturday at 6 p.m. Central. That's the other thing. You should come back this Saturday, 6 p.m. Central. We're going to be doing another show. Say hello in the chat then. You'll get a toast just like everyone else here. Cheers and welcome, everybody. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Outlast the haters. Don't get any on you. And if you do, rub that shit in real good. I will see you folks next time on Miles Culture Plate. Until Saturday, have a good one.